I'm Eric Mitchell, landmark and Hebron location. We'll talk about maintenance and adjustments on the right side of the combine. We'll start here with the feed accelerator. We have a loop point just inside the pulley. And then we have a belt adjustment right above that. You got to make sure that it's in between the two marks. We also have two more loop points right here and here for a primary countershaft bearing and for the front rotor bearing. We also have another grease zerk on the shoe drive shaft for the slip clutch back there. Yeah, it does not grease the slip clutch, it greases the hub that the shaft rides on. So, then we also have a Pro Drive filter here. That should be changed every 300 to 400 hours maximum. Two grease zerks here on the lower fan shaft. One to grease the inner fan sheave so it'll slide back and forth on the shaft, which is located on the inner sheave. And then we have one for the fan shaft bearing. The fan belt's kind of self-adjusting. We got a shoe drive belt here with a tensioner with a go-no-go gauge. We got a front jack shaft drive belt adjustment right here, which is this double belt. And then we got a rear jack shaft adjustment for the belt right here. Okay. We have two grease zerks on the upper fan sheaves, located pretty much opposite of each other, and there's another one right here on the top side. And you'll see grease come out in this location when you grease them. We got a final drive grease zerk in here to be greased. We have a chain adjustment for the clean grain elevator. The proper adjustment is to make sure that the chain just slides back and forth on the lower sprocket. We have your moisture sensor up here. There is an auger in here that we need to pull these pins, especially if your combine is set out in the rain. That'll draw moisture and that'll plug that auger up. This machine is has the optional camera option on it. Combine advisor. Yeah, combine advisor. So you will have to open this up and clean the screen with John Deere window cleaner to make sure you get a good picture. Okay, on the Rethresher and Tailings elevator, we have another chain to adjust, pretty much similar to the clean grain. Make sure the chain just slides back and forth. We have another auger system, similar to the clean grain, that needs to be cleaned out every once in a while too, and another camera. We have a grease zerk on the back side of the Rethresher on the slip clutch to make sure we grease that. We got a Rethresher chain adjustment right here. It's kind of buried on this one. And it's got the same go-no-go gauge as the rest of the belts on this side. And also, we have two more. Their tailings level sensor kind of gives you how much tailings you're running. Every once in a while you need to take these off and make sure that your little sensor pads are not too scratched up so it'll read right. They are replaceable. The opposite side of the discharge beater, the grease zerk to be greased. And then we have our axles for our wheel bearings and our spindle bushing grease zerks, upper and lower. And then there's one on the lower outside tie rod. We have a fuel water separator screen assembly here. This is the premium one. You can drain the water through this valve. There is a metal screen in the top that can be cleaned. There is two different options on this style. We have a belt tensioner up there that needs to be checked to make sure it's freed. Make sure that it is not stuck. Most of these grease zerks on this side, a lot of them are 50 hour, some of them 400 hour. I would still give every one at least a couple shots of grease every day